I know y'all know what I'm talking about. So don't be looking at me like I'm a little crazy. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my updated makeup routine. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and also turn on your post notifications so you're notified when I upload another video. Let's begin. Before I get in, I just want to let you guys know I do have clothes on. It's a halter top dress that I'm wearing today, so don't think that I'm trying to be a creep or anything like that. Let's just start off by telling you I feel like it's super important to have a poppin' brow, okay? This Goof Proof brow pencil by Benefit, this is in the shade 4.5. I almost like this a little bit better than the Precise brow pencil, just because it's super quick to get like a full filled in brow in like 2 seconds. Patrick is one of my favorite lip glosses right now. This is in the shade, She's Expensive. I'm just gonna use a little bit just to like get these lips a little poppin'. I'm gonna move on to my Milk Hydro Primer. I like using a generous amount of this just because I feel like it actually does something. And it took a while for me to understand what primer does, but just know that primer makes your makeup last longer. Period, point blank. Your oils from shining through so much as well. There's so many different types of primers, but this is my favorite one, hands down. Milk Hydro Grip. It will be linked in the description box below. So after I do that, I have to go in with like a color correcting concealer just because I do have hyperpigmentation. No problem. I'm over being sad about it. It's just a part of life. And if I do want even complexion, continue using some of the products that I have been using to help prevent my hyperpigmentation from getting way too out of control. The e.l.f. Hydro Grip Concealer in the shade Deep Cinnamon. This is my favorite concealer shade just because I feel like it just does exactly what I need it to do. Some color correcting concealers can be way too potent, okay? The orange, what is it? The orange LA Girl concealer. I used to use that shit all the time. And then I look back on some of the videos that I was so adamant about using it in, and my face would just turn orange, period. So with this concealer, you do kind of have to let it sit just a little bit so you can get the full coverage. Now with this step, I don't really let it sit that much just because I don't have time usually. And once again, I'm trying to show you guys my like everyday makeup routine. And this literally takes me 10 minutes max. So this is how much I love these concealers. I have like a little collection going, okay? And I still want to continue buying them just because I really want to get back into doing faces and hair. That's me lying. That's why I fell. So I take my E27 brush from Morphe and I just blend ever so slightly around like the harsh edges. So that's that. Now, let me tell you, I usually put on like a liquid highlighter. Y'all should know about that. But I actually just broke it yesterday because I had dropped this in my little makeup bin and it landed on the liquid highlighter. But I have a few different ones, but I just love the one that I have been using. It's actually by Wet n Wild. It's the, I want to say Hello Halo highlighter. I forgot the name, but it's so nice, y'all. It's so nice. But I'm gonna try to do the same technique with another one that I have on deck. So bear with me while I find it, because I really want to show you guys that part of my little makeup routine too. Here's the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. They kind of mimic the same ones that I'm talking about. Well, the same one that I just was telling you guys about. The color, to be exact. But I have ran out of this because I was actually obsessed with this one too. But let me tell y'all about this technique right here. This right here is going to, oh, I'm looking crazy. I'm beaming for the gods. Because let me tell you, over the years, I used to be obsessed with powder highlighters or just regular highlighters, right? But then I just started looking at my skin when it had like a lot of texture on it, and I was like, oh, ma'am, this ain't gonna work for you until you get this texture together. But what I'm trying to tell you is you can use a different form of highlight without having to enhance your texture. It's basically what I'm trying to say. You know, I gotta get a little professional for y'all. From e.l.f. under here, right? And I also take it up, because if you take it up a little bit, you kind of color correct all that darkness that you may have. And I'm gonna put tan neutral right on top. And the reason why I do this and mix these two together is because I want to correct my dark circles, but I also want to highlight. And not every day is for a super bright under eye. To each his own, but look, for every day for me, I'm not giving that. I used to be obsessed with the super stark bright under eye, and I used to be able to tweak it and finesse it so it could work for me. But at the end of the day, it can be a lot. One of the reasons why I love this beauty blender is because of how soft it is, but it's also meant for these concealers, believe it or not. And I haven't bought a real beauty blender sponge ever again. Okay, y'all should know about this foundation right here because it's my ride or die. I've never bought a foundation over and over and over again until I found this bad boy right here. This is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Macao. I'm using my Morphe 439 brush, and what I do is I stipple the product in the areas where I need the most coverage. It's always the center of my face for me, but whatever works for you, do so. But this is what I will say to you. You do not need to bust down a full boatload of foundation on your face. I promise you, you don't, okay? If anybody told you different, don't listen to them. Now, if you love just packing on foundation, to each its own. But if you're a girl about technique, and if you're a girl about just making your makeup look as flawless as possible but still looking like you have full coverage makeup on, you want to follow these steps. Putting the foundation in the areas that you need it most and blending it out. Start off with a small amount of foundation. This is like a tiny ass dot. I remember I used to put pounds of foundation on my face and it just looked so crazy on me just because I just didn't have the technique that I have now. Now, if you have a lot of acne on your forehead, you have to color correct and then go in with a small amount of foundation. I'm telling you, you're going to see a huge difference. Color correct, then add the foundation. So that just doesn't go for like forehead acne. I just noticed that if I put a lot of makeup on my forehead, it just makes it look like I have a lot of makeup on. So I avoid doing that at all costs. Y'all, I just walked into my bathroom and my skin looks so good. And by the way, this is supposed to be every day. So you really don't need to do this. But like I said, I'm just extra. You really getting free game. My Laura Mercier translucent powder. I can't set my face with anything but this. I don't know what you set your face with, but if it ain't this, you're not getting the true experience. I press, blow, and set. Y'all may know I don't like a lot of product on my nose either because product on my nose makes my face look like I have a lot of makeup too. I know y'all know what I'm talking about, so don't be looking at me like I'm a little crazy. You have to put something on there, but you don't have to go in with foundation, cream, powder, highlight, like your whole entire face. Because as you can see, I didn't put any foundation on my nose, but I put like the concealer up there just a little bit because I was trying to get rid of that shadow that can possibly make my under eyes look darker. So I also have to set the size of that with the powder because you don't want it to move around on you throughout the day. I don't put any like heavy concealers down the strips of my nose. Why? Because I love how the liquid highlighter looks. It gives off that same illusion, okay? Try this technique, use it as if it was the concealer, and fall in love with it. Thank me later, okay? I'll link both of them in the description box below, but I recommend the Wet n Wild one because I don't want y'all to feel like y'all gotta break y'all pockets. That's not what I'm here for. I know y'all probably like, are you gonna set the rest of your face? Duh. Got to, especially during summertime. I like to go in with my medium deep Laura Mercier powder. Okay, I take the same beauty blender, I press, blow, set. Very lightly, very lightly. So I use my True Complexion Contour Palette. This is light to medium. Pick this up, this is from Black Radiance to be exact. And I pick this up from Walgreens. Anyway, I'm using the contour shade. As you can see, the contour shade is my favorite shade personally, just because it's not super orange and it's not super red, but it gives off a really flawless, healthy underglow without having it be too harsh. So it helps. Depends on how I'm feeling. If I don't want to carve it with Laura, I'll carve it with something else. Sometimes I don't even carve at all, but today I'm carving it. This just helps clean up anything. And if you have gained a few pounds, this technique is gonna be your friend too. But I just feel like it just gives me another reason to pick up this Laura Mercier powder. You already know how I feel about Jaclyn Hill's palette, and this one specific color in it is my go-to. This one right here, True Complexion Contour Palette, using the contour shade first. And this is like your transition color, okay? On that, and now I'm gonna take the color that you just seen me point at from the Jaclyn Hill palette. So with this color right here, I don't try to build it too high, because then you're going to get like a super dark smoky eye. I don't use this color for that. I just use this color for definition, just because putting just that bronzy orange shade on my lids can look very basic, and I'm kind of tired of it because I've been doing it for the longest. Y'all already know, like, using your bronzer shade for your eye looks, it just is the easiest thing to ever do, and it ties your look together super easy. Sometimes you just want to step it up a notch, so I go in with this brown shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Okay, so moving on, I have been in love with my Morphe Secret eye pencil. This right here, this right here. It's so good. It's gonna be your best friend, and also it's super inexpensive. I believe it's like $6. Like, you can't beat that. But if you guys have any like recommendations, or if you want me to try something that you love, please let me know in the comment section. I don't know everything, and I haven't tried everything, so I'm just giving you what works for me. I'm not trying to say that I'm like a super professional and you have to buy all of these products, but if you have something that you recommend me using, let me know in the comment section below. As you can see, Kinkster is like a really good nude for my complexion. I am obsessed with this e.l.f. Peach Bellamy lip gloss to the point that it's empty, but I'm gonna see if I can get something out of it. Alright, so I expected that not to get much, and now I'm gonna use Patrick Ta again. Now Patrick Ta, I had a love-hate relationship with this lip gloss, just because of how beautiful the reflex were, and I was expecting it to be nude for some reason, but it's not a nude. It's literally a clear gloss, but it's a immaculate clear gloss, okay? Like, once I realized what this was for, it's really a lip topper versus a lip gloss for by itself. So whatever lip color that you choose to have for the day, and if you want a gloss on top, I recommend this right here. Just how beautiful the reflects are in this. The packaging is amazing. It lasts for a while. I actually have bought this way before Rona, and here she is still popping. Alright, boo things, this is the final look. Let me know how you guys feel about it. One thing that I noticed is I have like some residue from my lash glue. If you see it in any other video, that's what it is. It's just not all the way dry, but you can actually get the black one because the black one doesn't have that effect. I will link everything that I mentioned in this video in the description box below. The other day I went out to Kroger. I had ran into this older woman, and she literally stopped me and was like, oh my God, you are so pretty. Like, your eye makeup is so fabulous. Your eye shape is so nice. Like, so look, if you want some old ladies to be telling you how amazing you look, follow these steps, boo, all right? Because you're gonna pull a man with ease, but it's the old wisdom woman that you need in your life to be giving you compliments. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I love you, and I will see you in my next one.